I think the most memorable moment I've had at Maui Prep was definitely the 8th grade Boston and New York trip, just because I was with all my friends and we had a really good time when we went over to the East Coast, and it was tons of fun, and we got to relax and just bond with one another, and I got to know everyone better, so I thought that was a lot of fun.
My most memorable moment at Maui Prep is when I played doubles with John in my last MIL match, and we got second at MILs, and it was super fun because he's like my best friend.
I would say my most memorable moment would have to be the New York trip, when all the girls got dressed up for the Broadway show, I would say.
Most memorable moment, I think, for all of the girls in our senior class was our senior trip when Mr. Deal drove into a ditch and the mayor's wife came and rescued us.
Mr. Kirkham is my favorite teacher because he's always there for me and he's really helpful.
They're all my favorite teachers because I love them all.
My favorite teacher is probably Mr. O'Riordan. He just helps me a lot when I have problems on my homework or whatever. When he assigns me something that I'm not too comfortable with, he's always there to give me that extra help.
I think my favorite teacher would probably be Mr. Reeder, just because he helped me get into college. So I don't think if he didn't help me get into college, then I might not have gotten into my #1 choice.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Border because he's awesome and he puts up with all my weird comments and whatnot. My favorite teacher is Mr. Deal because he works hard to make everyone happy and he cares about all of his students and his class.
My favorite teacher I would have to say probably Mr. Kirkham, just because I've been with him since the 6th grade, and he's the one teacher that really knows me, and although I failed most of his tests, I really just liked his class and him as a person.
My favorite class trip would have to be the senior trip to Hana. I don't know, just because it wasn't that stressful, it was easy, it was quick.
Favorite class trip would definitely have to be the Boston, New York trip in 8th grade when we went with all the original seniors and we had some good times.
I've only been on one class trip. That would be the senior trip, and I don't really want to relive that one.
The class trip to Hana. Not only was it my only class trip, but it was amazing. It was beautiful. I had never been, and I was blown away.
Probably the 8th grade trip to Boston, New York. That was so much fun. There was lots of pranks and jokes that we still talk about today. So.
I'm gonna miss the teachers because they were super helpful with everything I did, and they were so nice.
It's hard to say what I'd miss most because it's kind of just the whole thing going on where you have the teachers who are really great and they're really fun to be around. The people here are fun, they're good people to be friends with. It's not too big so you can know everyone. The events, people try to make sure everyone's heard and known. And I guess it's the whole thing.
The great lunches.
I feel like the Ohana here is great because I know everyone on campus, so I like seeing everyone's happy faces every day, and it's nice to wake up in the morning and know that I'm in a safe environment when I come to school here.
My most embarrassing moment would have to be junior year lip sync when I had to walk down the aisle in the cafeteria during assembly in a dress.
My most embarrassing moment at Maui Prep was wearing a tutu with Tanner Trout and Josh Scott in front of the whole school, and we had to do a dance.
I think definitely the most embarrassing moment at Maui Prep was this year when the seniors and the juniors had the lip sync off. It was where we had the guys were basically, it was me, Nick, and Josh, and we were dressed in tutus, and we had to dance to Single Ladies by Beyonce. That was pretty embarrassing, but we won, so that was important.
I plan to go to Marist in New York, and I'll be studying fashion merchandising.
I'm going to University of California at Riverside. I'm planning to study biology, so in the long run I become a dentist.
I'm going to be attending Utah State and I'm going to study sports medicine and physical therapy.
I'm going to the University of Miami and I am going to major in international studies.
U of O, Ducks, and I plan to study psychology and art and writing, all the good stuff.
I really have no idea what I'm going to study, but I think either Chapman University or New York University.
I am planning on going to Whittier College, and I plan to study international relations.
I'm gonna attend Flagler College. It's in St. Augustine, Florida, and I'm going to study hopefully theater or drama production and minor maybe in sports management. I know those are two completely different things, but they interest me both.